Space City Pop.
There is a school in Nebraska, actually a school district, and they are tired of vaping. They are tired of the e-cigarettes. They're calling it an epidemic. And I think that that word epidemic is starting to get a little bit overused. I mean, some things are not an epidemic. People always smoked a lot. I see a lot less people smoking now than ever before. Whenever I go anywhere, unless it's like at a bar, people aren't really smoking. But really, I don't see people smoking a lot more. I know maybe they're hiding it better now. And if anything, I don't think it's as cool as it used to be. I mean, whenever I was in high school, I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to sell cigarettes in the bathroom. I had a friend, okay? His mom was like a chain smoker, smoked like 2, 3 packs a day. And she just didn't notice whenever he would take a box. So he would take a box and she'd be missing it, and then he'd bring it to school. And I would buy the cigarettes from him. And then I would resell them for more. That's how I made a little bit extra money. That's one of the ways. But it's also the way that I got into smoking. It was kind of like a cool thing for me. You know what I mean? It was like all my favorite rock bands and everything else. My favorite singers, I always see them smoking a cigarette. So I think it's cool. So that's kind of how I got into it. But I have a couple of friends who are doing this kind of stuff. And so I know it's real. The nicotine is for real. And they're addicted to it. That new habit for them is still there. But it's an e-cigarette, electronic. And they're little battery-powered vape machines. You just don't burn tobacco anymore. And so hence the verb is vaping. To me, that's not a cool verb. I'm vaping. Does anybody else think that? No? Does vaping sound cool? Smoking sounded cool. I'm about to smoke this bitch. Now people are like, I'm about to vape this bitch. I don't know. It doesn't do the same thing for me. I don't think it would have worked on me back then. There are studies being done right now because people just don't really know all the effects of these. There's just no long-term safety data about e-cigarettes yet. I would not assume that it is safer at all. And even if it is safer, safer than what? Something that's caused horrendous fucking cancer? Oh, it's better than that? Oh, good. It should be. That's not really a pro for me. I think not. But cigarettes, is really amazing that they were ever made legal. It's complete corruption, really. With a cigarette, you can actually use it as directed. Use it as directed on the box. This is how you're supposed to use it, and it will kill you. Yeah, let's send that out into our society, into our population. I mean, if you're the government and you're making laws about what's legal, what's not, what's good, what's not bad, and you're like, we're going to go ahead and put this into society, this is going to be okay. Everyone's allowed to do it. Well, we'll make it 18 and up, okay, all right. You all buy them, follow the directions, and you will die because of that. And then there's things like marijuana, which are actually prescribed to people because of all of the benefits. Millions of people have used it successfully in their own homes without anything terribly wrong going on and happening to them. It'll just confuse you if you think about it. If that makes any sense to you, let me know why. Maybe it was just one of those things like, you can't make that illegal. That's part of our culture. People have always done that. So maybe it's... But then you just have these tobacco companies who are putting out all this propaganda like, it's okay. It won't hurt you. It was on family programs. It was just a part of the culture. But these tobacco companies knew that this stuff was killing people. And they went to great extremes to cover it up and to keep it legal. And that's where the corruption comes in, because they definitely paid off politicians to help them keep operating and keep making money. Try to think of any other product out there on the market that has a warning on it, except for alcohol, that it will kill you. So this Nebraska school district is going to be testing their students now randomly, 25 or 30 of them at a time, starting next year. And if they find nicotine in their student system, you're in trouble now. Maybe you're going to get suspended. And there are actually some schools who want to tear down the bathroom doors so that students have no privacy whatsoever using the restroom, because some people are vaping in the stalls.